That's pretty much it.
So, the rats have found themselves in the Feywild and learned from Dimitri, a archfey, that there's all kinds of crazy stuff going on. The Winter Court is running amok, and they succeeded unintentionally in releasing the Pale Prince.
Yep.
Back into the Feywild.
That's right.
Twilight.
Dimitri sent them off to the Goblin Market, where they were supposed to pick up the trail of Zybilna, one of the Archfey who has gone missing. And she was last seen in and around the Witchlight Carnival, which was to the north of the Goblin Market. So they were going to go and gather leads at the Goblin Market, and were told to go and speak with Max at his marvelous menagerie. They did some shopping at the market, picked up a number of magic items, and in the midst of their shopping, there was an attack on the market, as 3 massive fire giants of the Fey variety of fire giants, more fiery features than a fire giant that you are used to, Ray, in your kind of ordering within the material plane of Faerun. And there were also a number of small Fey creatures that accompanied them. Bloodthirsty, malicious, nasty redcaps, which seems to find joy in slashing down the market-goers that were all about. And there was scores of them. I think upwards of 20 or 30 other folks that were there, at least that you saw within the vicinity. Some were eating their spider meat sandwiches. Others were doing their shopping, and others were just enjoying a drink. In the midst of this attack, you all felt the sudden drop in temperature before the attack occurred. Anthony, you were the first to act, having a usually a very high initiative, and you engaged this grouping of evil Fey creatures, redcaps, and these fire giants that were attacking, and you engaged them in a radial spell of sickening radiance. And unfortunately, within that same radius were 3 or 4 of the market-goers. Yaga, the keeper of the market, came rushing in immediately after Anthony's turn at 20, spot 20. So you were 24, he was 20. I think that was the order of things, if I'm recalling correctly. And saw you concentrating on a spell, and saw the radiant aura that was surrounding the redcaps and the fire giants and the citizens, the denizens. And he called for you to drop the spell. And Anthony, in his way, responded.
Righteous indignation.
Responded that these were casualties of war.
You said that?
I
Yes.
did. I did.
Verbatim.
Oh my
I couldn't think of what to say. That's what
You
I
said that?
Yeah, I did.
Some of you may die, but that is a chance.
That is a risk I'm willing to take.
That's not what I meant.
You have to break a few eggs to make an omelet, and then toss that omelet on the ground.
It's hideous. It's just a storm giant.
And Yaga proceeded then to attack Anthony and to call his assistant
Wiggles.
Sheriff
Mr. Bigglesworth.
Winky,
Oh.
and Owlbear.
Close.
Although I like that one better.
Come here, Mr. Bigglesworth.
$1 million. And so the owlbear and Giaga put a whooping on Anthony, though did not put him down, nor did they succeed in breaking his concentration on the spell.
Crazy. 6 attacks.
Goal achieved.
Yep.
missed that.
6 attacks plus an owlbear attack. He got down to like 8 hit points. Kept his concentration through all of it.
It was impressive.
I will not yield in killing these citizens.
Although not unexpected.
Oh my
The rest of the
goodness.
party proceeded to engage. Hasheen tried to charm the owlbear and the guard, Yaga. Did not succeed in charming Yaga.
Calm emotions, basically.
Succeeded in charming
You've always been a bard.
the owlbear, even though it was a charm person spell. But I was
Yeah,
I was
you were
I
generous.
was lenient.
You're trying to give us ways out. I was banking on it.
And
We're late on rent again, sir.
as the combat unfolded, probably about 3/4 of the market goers were cut down by the red caps or irradiated by
Steve.
Anthony's spell. Well, only the first 3. A elf of the spring court and an elf of the summer court fell to their deaths, as well as an elderly goblin
Oh no.
who had previously successfully dodged the attacks of the red caps.
Hell yeah, I did.
But then fell victim to the sickening radiance that boiled his innards with radiation.
If you're gonna do something, you might as well go all out. Get them
True.
all.
The party then ultimately, after tough combat, Ray herself, the tank, put down by the onslaught of the fire giants, did ultimately succeed in killing off the rest of the red caps and one of the fire giants, to which they recognized that there was some sort of winter fey enchantment upon it. Through the quick work of the rest of the team and the ultimate slicing and dicing of Antony and the use of other spells to keep them contained, the party was able to dispel the charm runes that were upon them, and Celine was able to keep everyone on their feet and alive, including Yaga, who got put down, but she brought him back up.
So close.
Anthony, who got put down, I think, but was brought back up. Ray, who got put down, but was brought back up.
I also got put down.
And Manny, who got put down and who was brought back up. Manny, you healed Yaga ultimately for 1 hit point.
Just one.
Just 1. And Cacophony and Hasheen.
You were good.
Excuse me.
You're good.
You guys slew
I
the
lived.
enemies. You lived.
The bird who lived.
And now 2
You got a lightning bolt scar.
2 fire giants sit head in hands, shaking the charm effect off. 5 or 6 red caps lay dead, and 2 score market goers lay sliced and diced. You did succeed in saving 10 or so, a handful. All of the rest of the market stalls had been whisked away into protective pocket dimensions,
Oh.
and the owners of the market seemingly survived. And now you all stand in the aftermath of the market massacre as somewhere sad music begins to play.
It's the floating little violin.
Very sad.
If Yaga's on the ground, I'd like to drag him into my sickening radiance.
I was gonna ask you.
Ray would stop him.
Yaga is, as are all of you, on his feet, breathing heavily, deeply wounded, both physically and emotionally.
Spiritually, maybe even too.
Maybe spiritually.
How many hits did you take? Perhaps mentally.
Uh-huh. and he is just kind of slowly gathering himself. Anyone who would care to make perception can do so.
I would like to.
I would like
Okay.
to. I'll perceive.
One perception.
Hong.
25.
Voila!
25.
Nothing. I see nothing.
13.
Okay, 13. You get the sense that he is doing some sort of meditation to collect and heal himself. Mechanically speaking, it is a second wind. And
Emotional damage.
and he also then pops a bottle on a purpley liquid and takes a swig.
It's addictive. You should watch out.
He doesn't pay you any attention as he goes over to the fire giants with his sword drawn and kind of
Oh boy.
holds it by their heads.
I would like to follow behind him quickly.
Celine will be tending to the wounded
Okay.
civilians.
Well,
Ray's gonna use muscle memory and try to sit because her parents told her if she gets lost, just sit and
Oh.
stay where you are.
You are
Yeah.
blind.
that's right.
That's
I
Oh my
totally forgot.
gosh.
Hold on.
Ray, in triggering
Oh
her,
my gosh.
her boots of flying, activated a wild surge, rolled very, very poorly, and is now essentially in a
Helen Color Bowl.
Complete-
Yep.
a complete disorientation. All 5 of her senses have essentially gone numb.
Oh my!
She does not see,
That's
she
a
does not
torture method.
hear, she does not feel, she just cannot taste, although
She
you
can
haven't
only
really
smell.
you cannot you haven't really tested that one yet, nor do you smell. And because of all of that, even your 6th sense, your kinesthetic sense, is even out of whack. And so you watch as she tries to
aesthetic
sit,
sense.
and she's kind of like
Flopping.
making this awkward like face as if her face is numb, like she went to the dentist and it's like little drool is spilling out of her mouth, and she's just kind of like trying to sit, but you're
we
at
perceive
the same
this?
time also flying.
Oh
And
no.
so you are like just rotating in
jeez.
the air.
Okay.
oh,
like-
like,
So we see
Gandalf
this.
in. So you choose the way of pain.
I mean,
Yeah,
not
right.
that fast. More like just like a slow anti-grav, like kind of rotation.
I would. Do we see this?
Sure. I mean, you at a 13, you certainly see that. You were not able to discern what Yago was doing before he kind of walked over towards the fire giants. He is not in a posture of like I'm about to behead them,
Yeah.
but he is essentially taking every precaution as he prepares, seemingly to
behead them.
well, if necessary.
Yeah.
Or to question them or to understand what's going on. You also notice that he has not turned a single eye back towards Anthony.
Mhm.
He hasn't even looked in his direction.
Can I talk?
Free and clear, baby.
You can't hear yourself
Bounce.
You could try to talk.
I'm gonna.
Help!
Roll a... What would this be? Roll a survival check.
I'm not terrible
Okay.
at
I like that.
those. 9.
9. It does not sound like help.
But it does sound like a
It,
sound.
it sounds like help.
Oh, she's got brain damage!
I'm gonna. I would go and grab her and bring her down to earth.
Which actually might be
Just
more going to
rotating.
impact than I can
That whale sounds.
Yeah. Doppelganger effect. Not doppelganger. What is it?
What are we gonna do with you?
Roll
Doppler.
perception on Ray.
Can I roll on that too?
All right. That's 19.
I'm following Yaga, so.
Schrodinger's
Yep,
cat.
19. You smell something awful.
Oh no.
She's shit herself.
Obviously, this is wrong.
Oh no!
I'm gonna go collect her and bring her down to earth.
Like from
Does
a
anyone
distance?
know prestidigitation?
Oh, I'm coming over there. Oh, yeah, I
Oh.
think I do. Celine runs over.
Oh,
have it.
oh God, what is that? It smells like a giant poop.
Ironically,
Specifically.
I don't have prestidigitation, but I do have thaumaturgy, so I can
That
make
works.
a small puff of like Febreze.
Constantly.
Yep.
Yeah, the bathroom air freshener on overdrive.
Yeah. Oh. Okay. But I do know lesser restoration. Do I get the feeling I could improve her condition, or do I have to assess her condition first? I don't know what I have to
Yes,
do here.
please assess her condition with a medicine check.
Okay.
She's clearly pooped
Did
herself.
I bless anybody? Are we blessed?
Ray would
I
just
don't think so.
continually be trying
Folded
to
and
talk.
bonded.
Nope.
What did I do last time?
Just continue
Nothing.
pooping.
Oh, he did bond people last time, but that's all.
Yeah, but
Oh,
she's a little constipated. It's like
Last
she's
12.
12. She's obviously.
Oh, I'm sorry, 14. I can't count.
Afflicted by some debilitating effect that has maimed her in every way. She
Oh,
has no
jeez.
motor control. She has no real ability to speak. You've seen
But you're still
spells like
paranoid.
this in the
she's not
arena where people are struck blind or deaf, and you know there are arcane magics that do this. You also know that there is the possibility for random things to happen when she flies. Just as
didn't know this was the cause.
just as you know there are random things that could happen when Hashin misses badly on his shots. And there are random things that can happen
Our rings.
when, well, not Zenthos anymore, but when you use your spell storing, the spells within your rings. And you have it as well? Or you don't have, I don't know.
That was the
I
purple
don't think
bottom,
Anthony,
I have
yeah,
a sword. But
that's right. That was the sword and Zenthos. And I don't think you have anything Cacophony.
I don't.
So it's just
You're the
it's the
smart one.
three of you
Yeah.
who have those wild magic items. So
I cast restoration from the ring. No, I'm kidding. I'm just gonna cast it normally. You get
Do
even
it.
worse. It lasts for 100 years.
Do it.
We write you out of the campaign.
So you have no idea exactly what's afflicting her, but you're aware of all of these things, and you.
But I could test like if she's reacting to senses.
Sure,
or-
you can quickly surmise that
cantrip.
she's completely disoriented,
Yeah.
and her.
Mooing.
Mooing.
Are you mooing now?
No, that's just what it sounds like.
She's
Yeah.
trying to ask for
Oh,
help.
Yeah.
Gosh. I don't know if you wanted to get to talking because I would just cast.
Are you going to cast Restoration?
Yeah, I would.
Restoration. What are you seeking to restore?
So I'd be testing first with the light cantrip and noticing that her pupils aren't tracking at all.
Yep.
I would assume that there is something impairing the vision there. And
Yep.
so she would cast Restoration by kind of like touching along the eyelids first and casting it in that way. I don't know if twinning, would
Did
that
you
do
say-
anything
Did
here?
you say restoration? Because I like that.
That's
I do
true.
like that too.
Luster Restoration. She's shiny now.
Lester.
Lester.
My name's Lester.
Lesser Restoration. At the second level. You used all my spell slots.
Well,
Of
I mean,
the
it was a pretty
higher
bad
ones.
battle.
What does this do at higher levels? I've never had to cast this one. Nothing. Okay, cool. All right, so I'm just gonna cast it at the second level then.
Okay.
Using
And
my
you're
last second.
specifically seeking to cure her blindness.
Yeah.
Which you succeed in. Ray, all of a sudden, just as quickly as
She yawns.
everything went, it didn't go dark, it went just bright white. And all of a sudden, your vision begins to clarify, and you see
Like butter.
Celine with kind of a light on the end of her finger, and she's snapping, and you see her mouthing the words, "Ray, Ray." You see it. You see
But you
your
can't hear.
you see your friends. They all seem to be kind of floating around you.
The meanest
Like-
one to restore.
And Celine, you realize quickly that she's upside down.
No, I brought her back down to earth.
Yeah.
Okay.
He gave her a reality check.
And you're you see them now, but everything else is just haywire.
Ray's eyes go even wider, and she tries to speak even louder.
Can I?
What did you try to say?
I can't feel anything.
All right,
can't
please roll
feel my
a
legs.
survival check.
I've become so numb.
I hate you, Mom and Dad.
24.
24.
Oh.
You hear her say very loudly, like as if she's screaming at the top of her lungs.
My hair's like,
I can't feel anything! And she holds the last note.
the villager that's been cut in half. The villager that's been cut in half is like first time. Can I twin Lesser Restoration?
You would not be able to target her with both.
Oh,
But you
okay.
could twin it. It would have to be targeting someone else.
Neat.
We're gonna get back to
Yeah,
that
okay,
as
cool.
you continue to do your thing. Cacophony, what were you doing?
I think I would be just fascinated by what's happening to Ray.
Okay.
You're like making notes.
Cleric ever.
All right.
My friend like kicking her a little bit. Like what?
Test the
Going
reflex.
on?
Can't feel that, huh?
Say nothing if you're stupid. She didn't hear that.
All right. And Manny, you are also over with
Yeah, right.
Ray. Are you seeking to do anything while Selena's doing this, and you hear Ray just kind of scream this out?
I have her. I have my hands on her shoulders, keeping her down. It wouldn't be hard, like down far, but I could also do lesser restoration.
Ooh. Squad.
Lesser restoration.
Yeah, my version's a little bit stronger.
Mr.
But it only works if your name is Lester.
Restoration.
So I will cast it. Hearing the way she talked, and realizing because I'm a listener of music, he knows what it sounds like when you're listening to music too loud and you speak too loudly, and he knows she can't hear herself. So he's going to focus on her ears.
Okay.
Wet willies.
Yeah.
And so you watch, whereas
Lowers the DC.
Whereas Celine's eyes kind of glowed a yellowish, bright yellow, and the tips of her right hand also matched that hue as she kind of just wiped across her eyes. You watch as Manny's eyes glow almost like a silvery color. And similarly, his right hand has silverish light, and he does.
High five.
He
sir.
just
Boxes her ears.
boxes her ears. No, he
Woo,
kind
going
of
hands.
just traces around kind of her earlobe and ends almost like on her eardrum kind of approximation, and then does the same on the other side. And Ray, in a kind of a pop, the loudest pop you've ever heard, there is, in a moment, the rush of sound that returns to you. You can
Ouch! I think I'm. Oh no, I'm not deaf.
You
But I can't walk. It's Ray's gonna like flop like a fish a little
You
bit.
flop like a fish. You also don't smell yourself, nor
Nor do I feel anything
nor
squishy.
do you feel anything.
Yep.
You know what's funny is your volume
Halfway
probably
there.
didn't change at all.
I still can't feel anything.
Please focus on my walking.
All right, so that is Cacophony, Celine, Manny, and Ray. Anthony, what are you doing?
But thank you.
Digging graves.
I'm gonna walk over to the other side of the fire,
Stealing the corpses.
and I'm going to line the 3 people up that I murdered,
Yeah, all
put
right.
them in a respectable position,
Okay.
and start looking like I'm mourning.
Okay.
He stages them all in like a Vogue.
Is this a sincere display, or is this meant to be?
Not for the people, but for the consequences.
Okay.
That's a thing.
Okay.
This is Skyrim hiding the
Sincerely,
body
I
of
mourn
the
the
Dark Brotherhood
result, not
quest.
what I
That's
did.
it.
Anthony's a piece of shit. I don't care, but
This
I'm gonna
is-
make it look like I do.
But this is the
Done.
perspective of one who's been around millennia.
That's true.
So go
People
ahead and
die.
roll.
Exactly.
Go ahead and roll a.
Performance.
I think it would be performance here, as you are putting on a show of mourning.
You
fail,
rip,
you
you
start
rip your
laughing.
shirt. Ah!
So when does it become
Ashes.
deception?
Puts a sackcloth on.
Sackcloth.
Roll determine 5, okay?
He giggles a little bit.
Oh, I burned his forehead.
So you kind of start off very sincere, appearing and ceremonial with the summer elf, and you kind of pick him up and place him down and cross his hands.
Mm-hmm.
And as you go, you kind of trip over one of the scythes of the red caps and almost cut yourself, and it kind of like breaks your concentration, so to speak, on your hand. You just kind of like frustratedly grab the spring elf and drag him over and plop him down and kind of like put.
Right.
Then you look at the goblin and you walk over and you just like pick him up. He's not very large, and you're pretty strong for a wizard. And then you kind of like catch yourself and look up, and Yaga's eyes are just like not on you.
Yes.
As he is just focused. Although you roll a perception check.
Ooh, 27.
27.
Crit. Yeah.
You feel eyes on you from a different direction, and you look over at your friends, who are all tending to Ray, and Hasheen, who you said followed Yaga.
I did.
And you are, Hasheen is kind of looking at you. How are you reacting to him?
Watching him put the first one down genteelly, and then like tripping and like stubbing a toe and cursing to himself and throwing it, and when we catch eyes on the last one, like hand on his shoulder, like this is rough, yeah.
On Yaga. But it's not Hasheen's eyes that you feel. You kind of look over your other shoulder, and behind you, for the first time, you notice a bugbear that is watching and observing. It has kind of a patchwork suit coat,
Bugbear.
over patched pants, no shoes,
Monocle.
braided hair drawn back by a headband.
Nice.
Behind kind of large floppy ears that kind of point out and flop down, and a large red gemstone necklace. And behind him, you see, kind of head cocked looking at you, a large red slod.
A slod?
Yes.
Why are there slods in two different campaigns?
It's a slod.
It's a toad thing that we
salamander
fought
thing.
in
Limbo.
Limbo.
Yes.
They're shapeshifters.
With your
That thing
26
sucks.
or 7, you don't need to roll. You've been around enough to know that the necklace he is wearing is a control gem for the slod.
Interesting.
And so the slod will obey his every command and do exactly what he says. And he's just kind of watching you with furrowed brow.
After I drag them or fumble them into a location near the fire, I'll sit next to the fire and stare at them on the ground.
All right.
Just counting down the minutes.
No, I'm trying to remember the spells I want to prepare for tomorrow.
All right.
Deep in thought.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Hasheen, Yaga is there with his sword out, not like right up to their throats, but ready to strike if need be. And he, without looking at you, speaks to you. He says, "Why are you really here?"
Me or us?
Your party.
We didn't mean to be. But now we have a task at hand, and we have to help some different court dwellers find someone who's missing so we can get back to where we need to be. To Tanya. I can't remember the name.
Did you walk over?
Sure.
Zabilna.
Zabilna is what
That's what we're
looking
finding.
for. Yeah.
So, we have a task to get out of here. We didn't mean to be here, but here we
Titania
are.
isn't missing.
Okay.
Zabilna is missing.
The daughter.
Oh, the daughter.
Zabilna.
That's it. Again, new here. Been here for like a day.
And you're part of the Winter Court?
I guess by looking at me, you'd make that assumption, but I have no allegiance to them.
For the first time, he kind of looks up and down at you.
And I smile that shit-eating grin.
That's gross because it smells like shit all around us.
Oh, what have you been doing?
I have no reason to lie to you.
I just think it's a mighty coincidence that you arrived and then the Winter Court attacked. Don't you?
Yeah, I would agree. We should probably talk to them and figure out what happened.
Yeah, we should.
I'm an open book, man.
Does your friend always kill innocents?
Not usually.
Whenever I get the chance.
Yeah.
Friend is strong.
I
More
don't
like
think so.
Unwilling
I
acquaintance.
think sometimes he gets overzealous and he wants to do so much good so often that sometimes his version of good comes off as like, what the hell, man?
Exactly. He
He's
gets
trying
me.
to save you.
Roll.
I'm not trying to lie.
I think that's honest.
Yes.
Roll a disadvantaged. I'm not giving it to you just because of the situation. A disadvantaged persuasion check.
Oh, I get
Scheiße. 15. This is.
Okay. He doesn't really acknowledge your statement. It looks like the little one here is coming too. The little one being the first one that had the rune dispelled upon him. And you see that his hands are kind of coming off of his head. And he's blinking and kind of looking around. And sees the hobgoblin standing with his sword out. Now, he's sitting down and still about as tall as the hobgoblin. And he looks over at you two and he says, "What happened?"
We were hoping you could tell us.
I have splitting headache. It's like too much fire vodka.
How long have you been feeling? До свидания, comrade. How long have you been feeling like this?
You mock me.
It's important to speak back what you hear so they feel camaraderie.
I'm feeling like this for 30 seconds.
Yes.
What happened?
I look around, Sadiq.
Yeah.
You guys killed a lot of people.
How did that? Images, pictures. Where is? He looks back at the other giant. Oh, just goes okay. Where is Reveleg?
That's not the king one. That's alive.
You don't. That's just what he said. He looked at, and
He looked at one.
He looked at the largest one and said, "Okay, Jaskos."
Okay.
And he said, "Where is Rivleg?"
I think he's over there.
Where?
Turn around.
He looks back and there is just like almost like a silhouette on the ground of just like frost, like frosted ground.
Now, do you find that weird, being a fire giant?
What is that? And at that, you also hear another voice join in. What is that?
Well, that looks like it is the rime and frost of the Winter Court.
And why you say that is Reeve Lake?
I don't know what you just said there.
I will try. I'm sorry, my voice. Why you say that is Reeve Lake?
No, I don't know. I just assumed you came with 3 people. That one's dead.
That is Frost, not Reeve Lake.
Well, he looked just like you. You know, when you were fighting all of us. When you came in on a cool breeze. Again, weird for fire giants. Do you agree?
The larger one looks over at the smaller one, and the smaller one just shakes his head.
I have no recollection of any of these.
Do you guys like working with red caps on a regular basis, or is this just a one-time thing?
The larger one looks around and sees the remains of red caps.
I recall an ambush by the icy ones. We fought them off, but we were surrounded by mist near the Fey Crossing.
Oh.
Fey Crossing, if you look at the map that was given to you by Dimitri, is a location kind of on the border between the Spring Court and the Summer Court.
What's that?
So
North.
From here, where you are at the market, it's east.
Oh.
because we're spring winter, right?
You've been moved. You came in at near the intersection of spring and winter, but you were moved north.
Yeah.
Into dead
Okay.
spring.
Yeah, center spring.
Huh. So a mist?
It felt like the presence of one that should not be. He was sealed away by Titania and Maestra.
Huh.
And I turn around and I want to wave in our friend Manuel.
I'll come over. I'll wait until someone has a hand on Ray so
Oh,
she
got
doesn't
her.
float away.
I got it.
What did the mist look like? Tell my friend here.
It was a fog cloud that was very cold.
Does it sound like anything?
Came upon us from the rear, and we were fighting off the icy ones, and then my memory is goofy. It is like I see self from outside. Images of woods, battles, elves, very disjointed.
Do you remember how long ago you got surrounded by the mist?
No.
We may have come across said mist as well. Near spring and winter.
When are we?
Oh, that's a good question.
That's a
Yaga.
good question.
I'm sorry. I don't know your name. What's your name?
No, I think he did introduce himself.
Did you? He was a heat of battle. I don't remember.
Before we were walking in.
So you're talking to Yaga.
Yeah. When are we?
Well, time is strange here in the Feywild, but it's the 34th summer of Titania's 8th cycle as the
Court of Stars. They determine time based off of the stars.
Okay. So, friend, Sadiq, does that tell you anything?
It tells me I've been charmed, overcome for weeks.
Okay.
For that seems strange. I'm totally doing a different accent.
Darian,
Yeah.
Puss in Boots.
I understand that you let in the Pale Prince when you came. It hasn't.
Yaga looks at you, and the giants look at you,
Hey, guys.
and
Oops, maybe I said something wrong.
You pulled a Steve.
Okay, so I understand we are under some scrutiny there, judging by the eyes. We were on the run from him.
Yaga looks at you. You released the Pale Prince?
I don't think so. I think he was already attacking us, if memory serves correct, and we were kind of booking it. And boop, through a portal or something, here we are, and then there he is, and we're fighting him, and then we got them away. But yes.
Roll a persuasion check.
22.
The giant, the large giant speaks up. The one who is referred to as Joskos.
Costco. Because it comes in bulk.
The prince was sealed away in the Tome of Ice.
Yep. I remember that.
How did you release him?
So that's where I'm a little foggy, because I was also in a tome of ice. And then I got out and I was a little blind.
Meanwhile, Ray is screaming, I can't feel anything! This is obviously all going on simultaneously. I know that but that's kind of where we are in their progression.
Oh. So I walk back and I heal her.
Yeah.
ears.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
You just plant yourself between them.
So the giants look up over at Ray. Who is this baby storm giant?
She's our friend.
Do I see them?
Not
No.
you haven't. Your eyes haven't been healed yet.
Yes, they haven't.
Yes.
Well, eyes,
Eyes
were.
and ears.
That's true.
This is your
Oh,
first
eyes were first. That's
Yep.
right.
Yeah.
Roll perception.
That crit
That's
fail.
not good.
Crit fail. You're just focused on Celine.
You're floating
You're
in the
still
opposite
adjusting.
direction.
Celine, I'm so scared! I can't feel anything, Celine! I can't smell anything, Celine!
That's
Celine,
probably for the better, to be honest.
Probably for the better. Cacophony, are you still kicking her in the back?
No, I'm trying to hold her down.
Ah!
You're trying to hold her down?
Yeah, I'm trying to help.
She's not flailing. Well, I
Aren't
guess
you like
You
spinning?
you can't control yourself though. Aren't you flying like a balloon?
No,
I think he
they
grounded
brought
her.
me down.
Oh,
I mean, he grounded her,
shoes-
but unless you're holding her down, she starts
My
floating
shoes
back.
deactivate.
So that's
I'm holding
After
her.
10 minutes.
I got her.
No,
I would hold her
Don't
down.
they
but I'm fine.
deactivate per thought? Because I could do 1 minute segments.
I guess now that you're aware,
she can see
So now
now.
that I could see out of.
so you would have turned your. Okay, that's fine. So we'll say you used up about 4 minutes
4
of
minutes?
your flying, so you have 6 minutes left for the day. So Cacophony, you're kind of
Making sure she's okay.
yeah, you're giving her a little bird massage in the back.
Yeah.
You know, trying to keep her calm, which she doesn't feel at all. By
She's
the way.
crying.
Yeah, she's crying. So you don't see the fire giants, but you are able to see and hear now. Anthony, you're continuing to sit and contemplate.
He hasn't figured out what spells he wants to.
Do I realize? I do realize these things are looking at me, right?
You do. So you saw the bugbear and the slod just kind of standing and observing. They're in the direction that was the north of.
Towards the menagerie?
Towards the menagerie, yes.
And I didn't notice them before?
You guys never made it to the menagerie before the attack occurred.
Do these 3 civilians have dog tags that I can pull off to get their names?
Yeah, civilians always have dog
there
tags.
are.
You should rifle
But
around.
this is war.
and
I don't
see-
understand.
See what
There-
else they
Check
There
their
are-
pockets.
on them.
Check, find ID.
There are
Yeah,
no
take
dog
some
tags,
gold.
so to speak. I mean, there are.
This one couldn't
They,
drive.
every civilian there has possessions.
Had.
I can't.
The elderly goblin, in fact, has a large coin purse.
Why are you
on his
trying?
side.
Why are
Yeah,
you trying,
he
man?
is trying.
I'm not interested. But I am interested in the slod, most assuredly.
Mhm.
So I will mournfully saunter over to the
Wipe a fake tear.
You should have a little
To
tear
the
bottle.
observing bugbear.
Artificial tears.
Yeah.
And I will say, hey, so did you see what happened here?
I came in at the end and saw some carnage going on.
Is this a slod?
This is the bugbear.
This is the same bugbear that was fighting with us?
No.
No, that was an owlbear.
Different. Oh, that's right. Okay, yeah.
The slot has just stepped up to the right side of the bugbear, who is rather tall. Bugbear about 7 feet, lanky. The slod is only slightly taller, maybe 8 feet. Large, toothy mouth, big bulbous eyes, stark red skin with kind of a yellowish underbelly, sort of, and just kind of like almost like a toga type of dress, also patchwork, very much matching the bugbear, and doesn't say a word, just is kind of right by his master's side.
And I saw you slashing through some people like the wind. And I saw you put up a force field or something. And I saw lots of people dead. And I saw Winky looking at you with some venomous eyes. And I saw
Wee Willy Winky.
your friends. I presume they're your friends. Although they're not really talking to you right now either.
We're keeping a wide berth.
And I saw the little baby giant whose diaper needs to be changed. And I saw the big giants who you got out of their charm. That was good thinking.
Do I know what a slot is?
You do.
I see. So you saw all that, but you didn't wanna help at all?
I was coming to help,
Alright.
but it was over pretty quickly.
Didn't
About
feel quick.
about 24 seconds is all.
Was it 4 rounds? Was that it?
It was like 4.5 rounds.
Jeez.
Can you imagine that actually playing out in real time? That's crazy.
I was gonna go and ask all the people over there what happened.
Pointing to the civilians who were saved.
Well, I
And
was
then
actually.
talk to Yaga. But you're here, so I'll talk to you first. My name is Max.
Oh.
Hey, Max. My name is Anthony, and I was here shopping, and I bought some really nice items from one of these shops here. Max, do we know the name of this
Yes.
market?
It's just the Goblin Market.
Oh, okay. And you may have felt that breeze. The cool air came through. You remember?
It got very chilly.
Well, those three giants came storming in with the little creatures in their sides. And I reacted immediately, and I dropped a spell down, which was that force field that you mentioned, I think, but it was not a force field.
He's talking about Wall of Force. That's what it was.
Oh, that was at the end. Yeah. Did I do that too?
Yes.
I'm sick.
Maybe start pointing towards that. It was a force field at the end.
Oh yeah, way before the force field, at the very beginning. And you said Yaga, so you know Yaga.
Yup, he's the protector.
Well, he saw my act as an act of aggression towards the civilians, and I think he's mad at me.
Did you hurt some civilians?
I directly did not hurt anyone. My spells, however,
Wow.
indirectly.
What a toddler logic.
Yeah.
Roll a
I didn't push
persuasion
him, Mom.
check.
My hand did. He didn't punch him. He ran into my
13.
face.
13.
Um.
He just kind of furrows his brow again.
All right. I yes, I hurt them. It was not on purpose, and they were not the targets. However,
Stop. Pull your head.
However,
the reason why I came over here was because this place is a disaster, and I've been through battles, and civilians tend to overreact after disasters. So if you could help me clean this place up and move the bodies to a proper location, then perhaps we can get some semblance and really understand what's happening here. Because everyone else seems to be tending to wounds, and you're standing here. Can you two help me?
Of course.
And he
So I'll lead them
starts-
over to the ones I just lined up.
Yep, and he starts with his slod gathering other
Body parts.
dead civilians as well. And he also shows the same sort of reverence for the redcaps as he lines them up as well. And the slod just essentially is being telepathically commanded and follows and does the same with other bodies. We'll jump back over to Celine with Ray and Cacophony. And Manny, are you still there, or did you?
The
after-
time got weird.
Yep.
So
That's what happens in the Feywild.
no, well, I mean the order of progression. Did I have to walk back to Lesser Restore
Yes.
Razier's?
Yep.
So that I'd be there still.
Yep. Okay. So you're still there. So
Ray's not screaming anymore.
okay.
But she is like really scared.
Okay. So you can proceed with that however you will.
Celine?
Aww, that got Carissa. Lesser restoration again.
I have more.
Lester restoration.
Lester Restoration.
Your name's Lester now, child. I think
go for smell.
that'd be so cruel. She doesn't have touch yet, which means she
Yeah,
doesn't
she
have a
can't-
sense of balance, or
Right.
she wouldn't be able to defend herself.
Correct.
Essentially, so I will go after that one, and I will spare her smell.
Okay. You cast Lester Restoration. Restoration. And Ray, you immediately feel
That takes a third level, by the way. I'm out of seconds.
good. You immediately feel your equilibrium return. Your head is no longer spinning as if out of balance. You feel the gentle massage of your kind of neck with cacophony behind you. And you're sitting there on the ground, and you're sitting in what must be like guts or something.
Straight up diarrhea.
Ray stands up.
No.
Cacophony. As she stands up, you're face to face
No.
with her.
Do I feel the squishiness still?
You feel the guts kind of like slough down your backside.
Ray almost
Super
goes
enema.
like, ugh, and then she immediately sprints to the river,
Okay, you sprint to the river
jumps in.
and jumps in.
Manny chases after her, knowing what's up with the river,
Oh yeah, that's right. Is it a
and
bottomless or
tries to
something?
stop her before she gets in.
Okay, as you jump in, are you diving in or just like lifeguard jumping in? Like how are you going
Full
in?
cannonball.
Yep.
Full cannonball.
Yep.
All right, so you cannonball,
Well, where are you going?
and as you drop beneath the waves, you feel now this tug begin to draw you down.
That's fine.
I need you to roll a strength save.
No, Ray's not gonna do that. She's gonna quick clean, like, and then she's gonna do the water walking, which automatically shoots her up to the surface.
Ray's not gonna roll the save you told me to.
Oh, that's
was-
right. You're a
Okay,
wizard.
so you're not resisting the pull, but
mean,
you
she
activate with your.
She would activate the water walking, which can slowly bring someone, or fast, depending on what I would want. So she would resist the tug, as in like kind of stay what it's pulling her down. She's staying until she cleans herself off, and then she'll pop up fast.
Okay. Roll a survival check for how thoroughly you're able to clean yourself
That's fair.
underwater.
Without. Well,
Yes. 26.
nice.
Good roll. I'm clean.
It's a very important role.
Okay, so as you are sinking, you do your cannonball, and as soon as you do so, you go in eyes open, and you hit the water, and you can't smell anything, you can't taste anything,
I feel guts.
but you
I'm
feel
getting the
guts,
out.
and then you see that it's a brown liquidy ichor that is kind of like
Ew.
coming out
Ichor.
from around you. And you are wise enough and understanding enough to know that the guts aren't guts. It's your
Like
poop.
came from your guts.
Yeah.
You pooped yourself. And so you are absolutely horrified.
No. Gracious.
And you are embarrassed. You don't even know what to do, and so you pull your pants down and start cleaning yourself and cleaning your pants, and then you kind of pull them back up. It's almost like a rage clean, like and then you
I cast Bless on
activate
the
your water walking shoes and kind of like get back
The
to the
tier.
surface, and the tier, thank you, and you immediately kind of like look around to see if anyone saw what was going on. You like
My hair
And
needed
Manny's there.
fixing.
you turn. Manny is kind of like has rushed up to the edge, and Manny, you kind of got there just as she was like violently kind of flailing under
Sort
the
of a lot
water.
of mud in the
Though
river.
you couldn't really, she was down pretty far because of the pull,
It's just all bubbles.
and so you see. But then there's like a.
He's like desperately handing you that.
Oh no, she's drowning. She's going
Yeah,
down.
exactly.
And then she kind of pops back up, and she's just soaking wet.
I had to fix my hair. It was out of order. No one could see my hair like this.
All right.
As you rub poop all through.
No, I washed.
She
my
washed.
hands.
You really are a
She
shithead.
washed.
I washed. I'm
She
now
washed.
clean.
No.
But a
So-
13-year-old girl could not stand the embarrassment.
Yes.
I think anybody of
So
any
she's
age.
kind of like dripping, and there's still a residual
Smell, odor.
odor, although she doesn't realize that.
Okay.
But yeah, but
I say you never fix your smell.
That's what I'm thinking.
Permanently smellless.
The
Yep.
final battle will rely on a
Smell
smell
and
check.
taste. I
Fail
don't
it.
taste
Oh,
yeah.
either.
okay. Let's go
got
back
COVID,
to
So walk back, get out of the river.
Sure.
Yeah.
back to Hashin and Yaga. Yaga, in the midst of your conversation, as he's kind of like looking back and forth between the two giants, responding to your questions, and then looking sharply over at you when you talk about having released the Pale Prince, you also notice Yaga's.
I came over to the conversation just long enough to blow
Yeah,
it
Pale
up.
Prince.
They dropped a bomb and then left.
We let him out with a handshake, I think, and then ran away. We're best friends.
He looks at you and listens to you, but then his eye, you also see his eye kind of like shifting to look at something beyond you. And you notice for the first time Anthony talking to a bugbear. And then his eye is kind of watching, and you just kind of glance back and you see Anthony and the bugbear and a giant red slod, which you fought, a green and blue, and I don't know if you guys
Black.
fought a red one,
I thought we fought a black one.
gray maybe,
Yeah.
variety. Start to gather the bodies together and line them up and kind of cross their hands over their chest.
Ah, good.
And Yaga just kind of stares questioningly but doesn't say anything as he turns back to your conversation. So the large giant,
Jocko.
Jaskos,
Jack
Costco.
Pistorius.
Jaskos, so the Pale Prince has been released. Ugh, this explains more of the
Could you
events.
explain it to me? What does this mean?
The Pale Prince is an archfey of the winter variety. He is a powerful enchanter. He can possess like a ghost.
It's your friend over there.
Well, if Pale Prince actually possessed us, he would be remained after we died. But it must have been his magics.
Magics.
No.
He said midgets.
That's what I
I thought rejects.
I was tracking with his like,
midgets. That's
okay.
an incredible team.
interesting.
The small little ones,
Halflings, I think they're called.
the midgets. It does sound like midgets now that
It
I
does.
listen to myself. Kind of touches the back of his neck. It is hurts here.
It's where it was.
Was there a rune or a sigil?
Big. It was pretty big. Yeah.
He looks over at the silhouette of frost on the grass. Poor Rivlig. Who are you? Why are you here? What happened? How did we get to the mark? What did we cause this carnage?
All of it.
Roll deception.
It was radiantly sickening.
I mean, they were the
28.
kind of cause of all of it.
That is true.
We reacted.
I am
'cause-
so sorry.
That's true.
Apology accepted.
You know I'm done.
Apologies.
No problem.
He looks over at Yaga. What can be done to help? Well, I don't know. It's not my decision. I've got other people to talk to. He kind of turns around and starts walking towards Anthony. What do you do?
Hey, Yaga.
He, without stopping, says, "What?"
He means well.
Roll persuasion with disadvantage.
24.
Nice.
Right?
Practice rolls.
As
Yeah.
the bodies are lined up,
Would I be able to go join them now that she's taken care of?
is that what you want to do?
Well, I'd be examining the bodies, and of those who are dead that they're lining up, I would be doing like last rites for them
Okay. You begin to do that.
as a peace cleric.
As Ray and Manny are kind of walking back from
They can't be raised, right?
the little river that was surrounding the Goblin Market. Cacophony, what are you doing?
I was gonna go over and collect memories from the dead.
Do it.
Have you ever done that before?
No.
That's a great idea.
That's a great idea.
How do you do so?
From the
I
red
don't know.
caps. Then
You
we'll know what
breathe
happens.
in.
So this is you.
With my
You
skeleton
have to
hand.
slurp up your
Ooh, I like it.
Yes.
Yeah.
That'll look
So you've been
peaceful.
told to collect
Trying.
memories. Are you in fact doing that?
Yeah.
Okay.
What is that?
What
The
do you walk
skeleton
up to
hand
first, and what do you
becomes
do?
Incorporeal and goes into the brain.
So now that they're all lined up, I think I would walk over to Bing Bang Boom.
The first one.
Mine,
I guess so.
Okay. The first one that you approach is looks like a type of humanoid. But it's not an elf or a human. Its skin is yellowed. It's kind of like high nostrils. And in almost like monk garbs. A monk garb. Like a long kind of cloak. And it has a long kind of wispy beard, like it was very old. Almost like roll insight.
Oh my goodness. Here's an advantage.
What is her advantage?
12.
12. Elderly of its race. I don't believe you would know, however, what its race is. Roll a history check. Let's find out.
Okay.
Is it a gift?
Oh my goodness, Cacophony.
I'm used to it.
Consistency is key.
Why,
So
why are
it's
you?
history?
Why are you using that skull?
9.
9. You
Fitting.
don't. You can't place it.
Bree's gonna be
Although,
lost if
with the
we don't know
13, you said
anything.
13 on the insight?
Yeah. 12.
12. 12 with the insight. You get the sense that there was still some spider chop kind of on his mouth.
Got it.
Aw.
And this guy was here kind of enjoying the sights and sounds of the Fae. Maybe like, enjoying retirement type of a thing. Seeing the plains.
Okay.
Kind of
I didn't kill this one.
sightseer or vacationer, so to speak.
It wasn't me. It was
Okay.
the spell.
But you don't know what kind of a race he is. So it has stark white, kind of just like braided hair that goes out kind of sharply out the back.
Nice.
And
Oh, it's a wraith from Stargate. Oh,
Yeah.
no.
so this is the first creature you come upon.
Is there anything just
He's a
would make me
wraith.
suspect he might kidnap somebody or be part of?
Not with that sort of insight. Nothing that would give that vibe.
Okay.
He seemed to. Nope, not with him here anymore. Nope. Yeah.
Alrighty.
So what do? You approach him. You see him. Are you going to? He has already been This is the part of the line that Celine started at and worked her way from.
Okay.
So his hands, and it looks male. His hands are kind of crossed over his chest, and Celine closed all of their eyes and did like a prayer over each of them as she moved down. So he's already been tended to by Celine. And so you're seeking to collect a memory?
Yeah.
Roll a just general wisdom check. A wisdom modifier.
All the memories
There you
get
go.
so sickening radiant.
Alright.
It's above a 10.
Right direction.
18.
18.
Nice.
You get the sense that the way to collect a memory here is with your skeleton hand. And you need to connect with their psyche, the part of them that is currently flitting away. You kind of get the sense of this almost intrinsically, as if the Raven Queen is kind of like giving you this knowledge. So you kind of reach out with your skeleton hand, and where do you place it?
On his forehead?
His forehead. Okay. You place it on his forehead, kind of like top over, and as your skeleton hand goes down, a rune begins to glow purple on the back of your skeleton hand that you didn't even realize was there before. And your hand feels a warm sensation kind of come upon it. And all of a sudden there are images that begin flashing in front of your eyes. And they go very quickly. And you get the sense that you have the ability to kind of zoom in on what you choose. And so there's a quick image that flashes of this elderly creature venturing through the Feywild and seeing the sights and writing in a journal. And you see another image of him in a breathtaking vista in what looks to be kind of a autumnal area. And you see him clapping joyfully at a carnival. You see him kind of watching intently as there is some sort of competition or contest of sorts between a dark elf and a very light-skinned, almost pale-skinned elf, as if they were in some sort of a sparring match or competition. Those are the most recent memories that kind of catch your eye. You can seek to go into one of those, or you can try to go further back. What do you do?
I'll go further back.
Okay, roll another wisdom check.
Crit.
Yeah!
You know
there
why?
you go.
You rolled like a normal human being.
Okay,
I know.
You mean the death
all of a
skull?
sudden almost see before you in your mind's eye almost like an album of all kinds of events. And starting from where you are, kind of looking back, you see as this creature kind of gets younger the farther back you go, naturally. And you get the sense that this guy was a warrior. He was some sort of a monk and had fantastical experiences on some sort of a flying ship in some very spacious and exotic and colorful plane of existence. Roll a history check.
Hey, don't we know about someone with flying ships?
No, you're being followed by a flying
17.
17.
ship of giants.
This seems like the astral plane to you.
Okay.
He's surrounded by many other monkish creatures of his same race. And in many of those adventures that you kind of can scroll through, he's fighting against another race that looks very much like his. Except instead of fighting with kind of psionic powers and monkish skills, this other race is far more brutal in their tactic. Far more like just a fighter wielding swords and axes. Elegant in their style, yet far more vicious and destructive. There is a serenity that they do not possess. There is one particular memory that strikes you because he is fighting against, with a whole kind of cadre on this boat, and you watch almost through his eyes now as he leaps off of the boat and lands on the back of a red dragon and snaps the neck of one of these creatures and grabs the reins of this red dragon and flies it up alongside and pulls it back so its belly is exposed as the ship releases a massive energy wave, a cannon blast into the gut of the red dragon as it releases a wail of death as he kind of jumps off and flips back and lands onto the bow of the ship.
Very cool.
Do you wish to zoom in and select any of those memories or go deeper?
Yeah, do I recognize the red dragon?
Not as a particular red dragon that you would know, but
Okay.
this is probably a adult red dragon based off its size, and certainly it's a very impressive feat of skill that was on
Right.
display there.
She didn't see
Okay.
like a statue of it though. That was all like crossed out.
Yeah, yeah.
No.
Was there a dragon missing from the?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what
Oh,
I
yeah.
was wondering.
Oh, yeah.
There was.
Not that
Cross-
one.
Friendship ended.
In the second mountain we went to
Yeah.
where I got owned by them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was crossed
Why do
out.
you guys let me do things?
Slashes tires.
Yeah, I'm good.
So you want to take that memory?
Yes.
Okay.
I like that.
And so you like that memory, you like the image it portrays of this brave warrior and this impressive feat of skill and strength, and you kind of settle on that, and the whole event kind of almost coalesces into like an orb in your hand. And you turn it over and you look at it, and it's like it just plays on repeat. And
Sad our
as
whole life
you
was
see
that
it,
one memory though.
you know intrinsically that you can just receive it for the queen. And as you do, it disappears into your hand, and the memory has been placed into the Raven Queen's vaults. Okay. Very good. You get the sense that this is not something that you can do ad infinitum. Like, you feel very tired after this process. Perhaps with further training and engagement, you'll be able to do it more regularly. But you now know how to harvest memory, and depending on how well you roll, you can zoom in on particular memories or search out a specific memory. The more successful you are with this, the more that you can do this. And the more recently deceased a creature is, the fresher and crispier the memories will be.
Okay. Cool.
Deep fried. Yeah.
Okay, very good. Manny, what are you doing in the midst of all of this?
Well,
You
I
were
mean,
with
we were
Ray.
walking back
Yep.
with
Or
Ray.
any conversation with Ray? Are you responding to her at all about her
gonna-
hair? Anything that you wish to say or do there?
I was just going to ask, are there any more senses that you can't have use of?
Ray picks up some grass and tries to taste it.
No taste. It tastes like it feels like straw in your mouth. No taste.
I can't taste anything and can't smell anything. Eyes, ears, nose, hands. I think that's all. I said eyes. I think that's all of them.
Do you have any spiritual senses? Have you tried to talk to an owl?
Well, he doesn't really talk to me.
Ooh.
Wow. But I can.
Way to bring that up, jerk.
Twice, 2 bombs you dropped.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not purple skinned, you see. You see this color? It's as gray can be. So I'm not really important. But that's why he doesn't talk to me. But
What a jerk.
I guess I could because that would be my weapon. I've tried once to call on my ancestors, but he never answered. So I don't know. I guess we'll find out.
Well, I can help with the other 2. And he'll cast Lesser Restoration twice.
Okay.
I was gonna say you could save it if we're gonna get in trouble again.
It's alright.
Okay. Thank you.
And again, you watch as Manny's eyes grow a silvery white light, and he tells you to stick out your tongue, and he just kind of like boops it,
Boop.
and he
Boops your nose too.
he looks at you and says, you might not like this, as he boops your nose, and a flood of smells comes to you, including the smell of residual fecal matter.
That's a great band name.
Residual fecal.
We are RF.
I guess there's really nothing I could do about it.
And that immediate kind of sense of embarrassment takes you, and you notice that in her. Your passive insight is such that you see like there is an immediate sense of embarrassment that she has over pooping herself.
And he would
Poop yourself.
Poop yourself.
Dude, man. You ain't cool if you don't poop your pants.
That's right.
There's a lot
Everybody's doing it.
There's a lot of dead bodies around, and you know when people die, they relieve themselves. I think that's what happened to you as well, and I'm sorry, but maybe we could find a tent that you can clean yourself more fully. Do you have a change of clothes?
Panicking. Single father panicking.
So he's gonna look around for a wash closet tent.
I could just jump in the river again.
The river's like,
not a good
God,
idea.
no!
The closest standing tent does seem to be a crushed. It was over by the grandstand area that they came through and crushed. Kind of behind that is like the restroom area.
Okay. So he'll walk her over there.
So you can walk her over there. And Ray, you can clean yourself, although it's kind of messy, and you kind of think, I might need some magical help for this without the proper soaps and, ways to clean. But you're able to change into a fresh set of clothes that do not smell.
So I still smell.
And they were towels. in
You
there,
don't
too.
smell anymore, but that change of clothes is rather.
Light it on fire.
It's soiled.
Soiled, I'd be.
Spoiled, soiled.
All right,
Nope. Vegetation. Nope.
Anthony.
Not.
Yaga approaches you. Meanwhile, the entire time that you were operating, you noticed, while Max seemed to be focused and intent on the bodies, Winky was watching you the entire time and was never more than about 10 feet away from you.
Ooh.
Kind of hard to miss.
It was just kind of like slowly walking behind you, watching you the whole time.
It'd be funnier if he was only an inch away.
I would have attempted to say something to it.
Sure.
I don't know what though.
What the F you want?
Yeah.
Why are you looking at me with a big ol' eyes?
Do you need help deciding what to do, or what's the deal?
It's on all fours. Owlbear, right? So the face is very much.
Oh, the owlbear. I thought this was the slod following.
No,
me.
this is Winky the
Oh,
owlbear.
I'm not speaking with Winky. No. I do not want to speak with Winky.
Okay, you don't speak with
I
Winky.
do not,
So
no.
this Winky is the owlbear. You don't know the name of the sloth.
Sorry, yeah.
Yep. Winky is the owlbear, and
I'm not speaking with
the
that.
owlbear
He
is
hurt me.
the owlbear's face. It just kind of is intently just watching you. And your blood is still kind of like running down his beak.
It's delicious, isn't it?
And
Ancient blood
he has got a very his fur / feathery complexion is very much a kind of a brown with a purple ombre to it. So kind of his front is very purple, though the purple gets lighter and lighter, periwinkle up to almost like a whitish purple in his face, with a very vibrant yellow-orange beak, as he kind of saunters around behind you, just watching you as you gather these bodies. Obviously, it says nothing to you, though he watches you intently. Eventually, Yaga approaches you, and he stands in front of you, and kind of he has his sword in his hands, and he turns it around and sheathes it, although it's not fully sheathed. It's like sticking out maybe 6 inches, and he keeps one hand on the heft of the blade, or the
hilt.
Yeah,
I think that he would
the hilt.
enjoy straightforwardness.
And so he kind of stands there and leans in and just looks at you and says nothing, kind of expecting you to say the first words.
And we're standing around the body, so I say, "Hey, sir, can we step over here and chat for a minute? Away from the deceased."
He gestures towards.
I'd like to get to a space away from the I'd like to like kind of turn him away from looking at dead bodies.
Okay, all right.
And I say, you're a hell of a sword wielder, I'll tell you that. I've been in battles, and not once has a swordsmith done the damage you did to me. It was strong. I understand why.
It's going downhill.
And for that, I do apologize that some that were under your charge were lost. I've got many regrets in my life. This isn't.
Shut your mouth!
Though that's the funny thing to say.
No.
I have many regrets. This isn't one.
I cast heroism on him so he feels like a more noble
no.
person.
This isn't the outcome I wanted in this fight, but I am proud that we all helped each other to save, as I gesture towards the living, the ones that remained. I say we count these that have died as heroes in the attack here, and we need to find out together who caused these giants to create this destruction. Let's move on.
He looks at you and he says, "The creature you released, the Pale Prince."
The Pale Prince what?
caused them to attack?
Oh, I heard the giant say that he had lost a few weeks, and I'm fairly certain that whatever incident occurred allegedly with the Pale Prince only happened a day ago. So it could not have been the Pale Prince if he was locked away, right?
How did you get here?
That's an interesting story. We were in some caves, I think, and then we went through lots of different colored gems and emeralds, and then we went into sort of like we got gestured into some sort of a portal. Right? Is that what happened?
Yeah.
That's my memory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
We were really in a place we shouldn't have been. We weren't
trying to be either.
We were in the
you.
confluence of planes first. Let me first set the stage of my mindset. Okay, we were prisoners set to fight to the death, and then we were sent around in the confluence of planes where we were being attacked by everything at all times. Real state of PTSD, if you will, because of some of the events that happened. Anywho, before we finished our task there, which our task was to escape, literally, to get back to saving all the worlds in Faerun. Anywho, in the transition from the confluence to here, there was a weird situation where we were trying to save our friend, and that's when we found the portal at the end that gestured us in, and that's how we got here yesterday.
So you released the Pale Prince from his prison.
I don't have any recollection of this. I do not recall.
When you came through that portal.
Oh. We did?
That's what your friend says. He gestures over towards Hasheen. And then, how did you get here to the market?
Oh, sorry.
Manny had a recollection of where we were, and we traveled towards a place. Was there? Dimitri. Yes. Oh, I didn't say Dimitri. A creature here. All right. F it. Someone named Dimitri has been poking around in our lives for a few. Once in the confluence of planes, and then here when we were being attacked. Oh, after we were attacked by some crystal floaty foggy thing, which I think is the prince. And then we had to create a magical hut to survive the night, and in the morning Dimitri told us that we were being enveloped by the fog of the prince, and kind of told us of the situation here in the Feywild with the daughter of the queen being missing. Sent us on that task, and he started us in this direction to head to the
Menagerie.
carnival.
He sent you this way?
Yes. I think he sent us. He told us to go to the menagerie. Yes.
Because we wanted to find information.
And it took you a day to travel here from there.
No, we slept in the tent.
And then you traveled here
Yes.
on foot in a day.
Oh, I'm not. I think so.
No, he sent
he
us. He
poofed
teleported
us.
us.
Oh. No. Magic.
So the vampire lord of Sendrian
Whoa!
teleported
Somebody write that down.
you here.
Vampire Lord. Okay.
That was 10 weeks ago.
Excuse me?
You!
What was 10 weeks ago?
The time that you talked to him to the time you got here.
How does he know that?
Yeah, how do you know that?
Because of the conversation with the giant when they asked what time it was.
Okay.
Oh. Well, then we're missing time also. That's not good.
Time is strange here. If you release the Pale Prince,
No.
Not on
Saying
purpose.
you released it.
he doesn't. He continues.
Okay.
You released the Pale Prince, and then 10 weeks ago, the Pale Prince took these fire giants and charmed them and enchanted them. You came here at least 10 weeks ago, if not longer.
Dang, I
And
thought in
your-
10 weeks I'd at least get one level.
Your teleportation here transported you through time, as the Archfey like to play with. And that 10 weeks here, who knows how long that was in other places. It may have gone backwards or forwards. It's strange.
Well, as you can tell, we've been through the ringer. Well, at least 10 weeks ago we were through the ringer. And now I'm completely disoriented. Although I know a lot about time magic, I cannot jump myself 10 weeks.
So what makes your life any more important than one of these? And he gestures towards the dead market goers.
Oh, I do not count my life more important than theirs. What kind of a question is that?
Well, one who sees them as a casualty of war must not value them very highly.
Wow. Perspective. How do you think those people there feel that they're alive now and not dead? Because that was my goal. To save as many as I could.
Then how could you wantonly take the life of others? How could you make that judgment call? Why did you not use your fancy force magic to trap them instantly and keep them from engaging with the rest?
You see, I know you look like a very skilled fighter, and so do these bloody scars on my arms now because of you. That you've got skill. But your role on the battlefield, if I may ask or presume, is usually on a one-to-one basis. You fight an enemy, defeat him,
Yes.
and move on to the next one.
Correct.
My role through the ages has been the bigger picture, and sometimes maybe I do lose perspective of the smaller picture, which you are in every day. But the big picture is what I focus on. I saw our group, and you, and Doggo, and the civilians, and I thought this was going to be a slaughter, okay? Like, no one survives. So my thought process was, if I can save anyone, that's an outcome better than what it would be if I didn't. And so perhaps I acted in the moment, but I believe that my choice is the reason why some of us are alive here today.
Roll persuasion. Even straight because of the assistance from Hashin.
And my logical argument. Thank you.
I thought it was logical.
Crap. 10?
10.
Damn.
You're so close to 20.
That would have been one I should have used advantage on.
You can see that he kind of, for the first time, looks away from you. And clearly his wheels are turning.
The moment he looks away.
Winky growl.
Steel wind strike.
I need to be a bard.
He,
Ambitious Marguerite.
his hand on the hilt kind of like pushes it down. How are you gonna fix this?
How am I going to fix this? Well, it seems as though we are interlocked with the Pale Prince. Since we have been sent to find his sister?
No. Well, maybe.
Cousin?
Yeah, we don't actually know.
Second cut? How are they related? The Zabilna and the Pale Prince. Are they related?
Isn't Tatya? Aren't they?
I don't know.
Titania.
I've not been here long enough to understand all of the relations.
Well, we've been here 10 weeks. We should know by now, I guess. But I saw a smile.
Oh God.
So
That was Matthew smiling, not.
Yaga still hates you.
we are now.
So dumb.
If we want to get to where we're supposed to be, which is Toriel and the material plane, we've been told by this vampire lord, that Hashin's boyfriend, if you will, that we are.
That
we
Lieutenant
are.
Danwave.
If we want to get out, we need to help the queen, and Titania, and it seems as though we are trying to be. We are being attacked by the prince, stopping us from getting to wherever we want to go, and therefore we need to deal with the prince. And if the prince sent these giants, then that's how we're going to deal with it. Get to the source. Will you join us?
No.
Didn't think so. Bigger
I
picture.
have to defend
Understood.
the people here.
Understood.
How hurt is he?
He's
full health.
his
Is he?
his wounds have all healed up.
Okay, good.
He chugged a super potion.
Interesting that he didn't give that to the hurt people.
Now, I
The dead people.
Oh yeah, they're now dead probably.
think that we could stay and as long as it takes to help get this place in order. Dealing with perhaps communicating to those who need to be told to gather their loved ones.
That's not my decision. You'll have to ask Max.
I met Max, the bugbear.
You turn over and he is like been watching the entire conversation and listening to it.
Okay. Will you vouch for us?
Do you actually laugh like that?
I can't help it. No, I don't.
Can they just kill him and let
Yeah.
us leave?
He kind of stops addressing you, and he looks to the rest of you. You've all kind of
Yeah, moseyed around.
moseyed over. Celine, you finished all of your last rites. He looks at all of you and he says, "Are all of you as cavalier with the lives of innocents as your friend who sees the big picture instead of focusing on the innocent in front of him?"
A big picture is made up of many small details. We try to bring a supporting eye to his point of view.
Yeah, a few of them do kind of balance me out. It's true.
Sadiq, if you remember, I threw myself headlong at the bridge to try to save them. I got attacked by the Red Caps.
You also tried to charm me.
Yes. Not gonna deny that.
You know,
I was afraid you were going to make a bad decision too.
You literally did 75 times more damage than I did to any innocent person.
We don't need to debate the merits of the sequence of events.
I thought the details mattered. I know.
He looks at
Silence,
Cacophony.
Steve.
How do you see it?
Debate the sequence of events.
Dying's
No.
really not that bad.
I'm trying to think of a way to, because you're much older than the rest of us. I've been around a long time. So I'm just trying to think of a way to, like...
He's a boomer.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Now I understand.
Damn kids and their terrible work ethic.
So he's been around a really long time, and sometimes I think maybe he just forgets some things. But we also haven't really known him a
So you don't care if I slit it.
I'm just very honest.
That was straight up the Thor Loki, like, your brother's killed 87 people in the past 3 days.
Hey.
He's adopted.
Nah, it's not true. I've been with you the whole time that you have been a group.
We're working on him.
He looks at Manny, expecting you to respond to the same question.
Oh gosh. 2 people. Barely know the guy.
I have seen many things as I've watched throughout the years. And sometimes you can't save those who you want to. I understand this is your charge, and this is very dear. The purpose you have is important. But sometimes you can't save all. Do not let your anger or your grief blind you to the truth that is in front of you, even though it hurts.
Roll a persuasion check.
Oof.
Dang.
I feel like that's with advantage.
I think you just slapped him.
The Tibetan monkey was quoting.
Persuasion. Whoa, I am good at persuasion. Jeesh. 22.
You need 3 people good at persuasion to counter one Steve. May I just make that known?
Can't wait
He
till
looks
I'm a
at you
bar.
and he says, I do not feel grief, but I am angry.
And you have let it blind you.
I want to know how you can choose who to save and who to let die or
Are you-
to even kill.
Are you the supreme? Are you the center of it all?
I try to save everyone.
You cannot.
And neither could you.
That's true.
He looks to Ray.
And I knew that.
I try to save every single person. I've always had that all life is very sacred, and then I went to limbo, and all the souls are going to limbo, and it was such a scary place, and it was so sad, and so now I want to stop everyone from going there. So I try to save every single life that I can,
And she cannot.
and I will defeat the storm.
And she cannot.
Roll persuasion.
If he challenges me
16.
to a duel,
And what do you think of
I'm toast.
the death of
I'd
innocents in the attempt to save some?
Most.
I don't believe in sacrifice if we can stop it. So I believe that if there's another way, we go about that other way. And I'm not for the sacrificing of the few to save the many. We save as many lives as we can.
That's what I did.
How about you, cleric?
I'm only smiling because I have to turn to see you through the camera. Sorry. Yeah, I have to do that every time.
I said I wasn't for the sacrifice of the few to save them.
No, no.
Followers of Ilmater are taught to help all who suffer, without regard for our own suffering. And we are also taught that suffering is holy and sacred, and that it is our charge to take on that burden so that it might not rest on others' shoulders as much as we can. So that is the charge that I have on my yoke in this group, to minimize where I can damages, to save lives that I can, and for the lives that we cannot save, to at least give them some last measure of peace as they pass into the afterlife. We cannot save everyone. We can save who we can, and we can try to take actions that we believe will leave the places that we passed through better than when we found them, and heal those who are sick and wounded, and ease whatever burdens we can.
And what happens when those actions take the lives of innocents?
Jeez. I think it is a slippery slope to try to decide what is a greater good in a moment. I think that has led many people down the wrong path. I think, though, if we are charged to be merciful, we must extend that same sense of mercy to those who are trying to do good. Not every judgment call can be made perfectly in the moment. Catastrophe is always a second away. If we had divine insight at every moment to make the correct decision, then that would be a blessing indeed. But oftentimes we can only make the best judgment calls with the knowledge that we have. I do believe that Antony acted in a way that he felt would minimize the death that was encountered here. But I do not believe that minimizes the pain of those who have died.
What do you have to say?
Kill him.
About what in particular? What I think of him, what I think of the situation, what I think of you, all of this, what?
What do you have to say about the innocent and their sacrifice for the greater good?
It's a tough pill to swallow.
That's it.
Succinct.
What do you think that means?
Means you're avoiding my question.
We've all tried to.
You can take it that way.
What would you do with the giants?
They weren't under their own right mind. How can you blame them?
I've been possessed before.
Like 6 times.
Not that extreme, but pretty close, yeah. And they didn't know what they were doing.
Celine will step forward with the cord of Ilmater wrapped around her wrist, knowing that clerics of Ilmater are often called upon to be mediators in conflict, and will speak up and stand not arrogantly, but just with a very calm confidence and assurance, and say, if what I overheard was correct, then my friends are also correct that they were not acting under their own volition. I don't believe that that minimizes the damage and the pain that has been felt here, but I also believe I overheard them say and offer what they could do to help make these wrongs right. I think if you were to prune them and to inflict or to seek equal damage by taking their life, I think you are shortchanging yourself an opportunity to turn their strength into some sort of benefit for this community and allow them the opportunity to right their own wrongs.
Although I would like a rematch with them eventually. Just throwing that out.
So, say, I know you guys are all afraid now I'm talking again. I felt it in the room. So, I guess everybody here has given their opinion. If you believe that I have dishonored you and the people here, then what is your suggestion or sentence for restoring that honor? Is death honorable in this case? Or a fight, or a... Am I going to prison, or can I do something that will restore my name in these parts?
Roll persuasion with advantage.
Advantage? Oh, I said something.
You appeal to honor.
22.
Did you double crit?
I did not. One's a 10.
Oh.
But the other's a 20. Now, I'm not saying I'll do whatever you suggest.
Roll disadvantage.
Yeah.
We'll take the 10.
Yeah, take the
He
10, right.
says- he looks at you, and a look of almost annoyed conclusion kind of crosses his face. Winky, you're under raise charge now.
Oh, wow.
Except with this order.
Hmm.
Kill
Those
him
arms up.
if he hurts any other innocents.
Oh.
Yes! I love Winky!
Ray's gonna
Does
hug
Winky say anything?
Winky walks up next to Ray.
Ray hugs him.
He doesn't hug
He
you.
lets you hug him, but doesn't respond otherwise.
So are you still not talking to Winky?
I want
Is
to
this
cast
like-
Speak with Animal.
I will not
So,
be speaking with this
Ray's
creature.
like
Not right now.
kneeling and
Just want to
petting.
hear what voice you have for him.
Hi guys.
Deep
So is it
philosophical.
like even if an accidental innocent, like it's just we're in a fight and it's not like he's causing the harm that they just die.
Whoa.
Will he attack him?
Whoa. Who gets to decide who's innocent? This is really...
I mean, we have a really
All right, I will-
philosophical conversation that's
if
coming
this
from
is how
that.
I restore my honor by proving to Doggo
His name is Winky.
that I am seeking the greater good. And you can limit my collateral damage. Then I think that's fine. That's fair.
collateral damage
Seems
again.
like Winky.
God.
I mean, you know, semantics, whatever. Seems like Winky can help us a bit too. So
He can. He's strong. He's resilient. He's been a good friend.
Thank you
and
so
he has
much.
the taste of my blood on his beak.
Yeah, he also charms very easy.
Are you comfortable letting him go with us? Who will help defend this community?
Don't you need more help?
No. Joskos and Verag are gonna stay here with me.
That seems fair.
Indentured servants. Okay.
That's the least you could do, right? Das is good. And he kind of pounds the ground, and the other one pounds the ground. Well, I'm glad everyone could get along, says Max. Where are you headed next?
I think we had to see him.
SPCA? I mean,
No, we have to talk to you, actually.
Yes.
You.
If you know where the lost princess is.
Yeah.
Dimitri.
Dimitri told us to talk to you. Me and him are like good buds.
They'll kiss once in a while.
Hey, you're not supposed to tell people
I
that.
didn't say that.
Come on. But yes.
You're friends with Dimitri?
I would say,
No.
quite frankly, I'd say it's kind of an uneasy alliance. He came to us at a point of desperation, offered help multiple times.
it's true.
Forced friendship.
It's a forced friendship. He has not hurt me yet, but I am a little weary, if I'm being honest.
Well, I don't know where the lost princess is, but Mr. Witch or Mr. Light, they probably do.
Two different people. Oh,
Yeah, that's interesting.
What were the names?
I would not have
Mr.
guessed
Witch
that.
and Mr. Light.
good thing I never read it.
You should go try to talk to them, but They don't grant an audience easily.
Could you write us a letter, maybe?
Hmm?
We did. Although a lot of people died, we did help protect the carnival and the town.
I have to keep cleaning up here. You all seem pretty resilient. I gave you the information you asked. Go buy a ticket.
Can you point us in the direction we need to go?
The Slad points up to the balloon.
Yeah, right.
That's in the distance, but not terribly far away.
Is it like a day/10 weeks travel?
We're gonna
That was
come
good.
back and the storm's been done
Time
for like
is
8,000
strange
years.
here.
We're here!
Have you always been from here, Mr. Max?
No.
Okay, so you're like everyone else here.
Us non-elf folk kind of make our way here. Some of us are born here, but you can usually tell.
Okay, well, thank you for not killing us. And we will try to uphold the ideal good with no collateral damage. Ever again.
Limbo
Okay.
is a scary place.
But before we leave, I've dabbled with familiars, and I've dabbled in other planes for a while now.
I think
And
your slip is showing, dude.
it's not often that I see a subjugated slod. Is this
Mhm.
subjugated, or is it willingly working with you?
He's my slave.
Oh. So that's not considered an innocent then? As I wink to Jaga and start walking towards the balloon. See ya. Perspective, bitches! Drops the mic and walks away. I do say all that, by the way.
Okay. As you're walking away,
Except for bitches. I didn't say that.
as you're walking away, the Slod laughs.
What's that sound like?
Ew! I don't like that. Don't do that.
Made a new friend. At least I have one.
Good boy.
What's his name?
Max's slot.
Yeah.
Max's slot.
His name? Well, I never really call him by a name. He just responds to what he's supposed to do.
Maybe
How
you,
did he come into your service?
I bought him.
well, fair. Maybe you feel more endeared to him if you gave him a name. Like Winky over there. Mr. Winky, I think.
How about Sebastian the Slod? Slaws are the Slod.
Why do you name things like a 3-year-old?
I think the innocent one can name himself. Let's move on.
Call him for rhyming.
I know.
Good gracious.
Alliteration.
Okay.
Oh, wait, this is out of game because I wasn't here last time. Have we asked them, anybody here, if they've heard news about happenings in the city of Brass?
Oh, Brass, anyone city going on?
Brass anyone city?
Or the storm happening in the Inrock Desert.
Put it together somehow.
Yoda.
We've been gone for a really long time.
Sorry, I've been here. at
Can
the
you roll
market.
better? Can you roll one more time?
Roll 2 5s.
I hate you.
Yaga, anything from travelers?
He's walked away, and he's talking with the giants.
That's
Oh.
good.
I give Max all the rest of my money.
Bear with an owl face.
It's
Okay.
not that much because I spent it all, but I said he'd use this for repairs and burials and whatnot. Least I could do, I guess. They should be treated as heroes, though, because they lost their lives in saving everyone else.
Those
All
casualties of war.
So he takes the funds and he walks to the broken down grandstand, so to speak, the
It's like
stage.
600 gold, actually. So, yeah, bye.
And he reaches underneath it and pulls out what looks to be a little like whistle. And he just takes it, and it's actually a kazoo.
Awesome.
And when he does that, mere moments later, you all hear a as all the other tents come back.
Cool.
And immediately they're all just like, what happened? How did it end? And Max just kind of,
Meeting in my tent.
and all the little goblins kind of go to his tent. And Yaga and the giants, Yaga kind of stands and just watches you because you're the only guests remaining in the market now. The giants, they're starting to dig a large pit. And Yaga's just watching you to see where you're going, what you're doing.
Guess we'd head
Going to the balloon.
right?
Okay, so you turn, make your way north. Actually, you make your way south out of the Red Dragon Mouth, and then as soon as you do, you lose sight of the giants inside. They're gone, as it seems that whatever gazoo he blew or did kind of reactivated the magical shield, so to speak. You don't hear anything within, and you begin walking around the river towards the giant air balloon that says Witchlight Carnival on it. And that's where we'll pick things up next session.
Cool.
You should call this one Philosophy 101. Yeah. Define good and evil.
It was the
In
classic,
3 words or less.
that classic dilemma with like the train.
Yeah,
thing.
I know it was.
Unsolvable ethics.
I kill them all. Keep
All
it
right.
simple.
Well, sorry
simple.
for the technical difficulties in the beginning. Thank you for enduring them with us. And we got to have a little bit more of a philosophical session with some interesting perspectives of the party members. And Ray has an owlbear.
Woo!
Very exciting.
You
And
better
one
have a,
less change of
you
clothes.
better
I
have a
have to
sick
say-
voice for him because
I
I'm
have
going
to
to talk
say-
to him all the time.
If I didn't kill the innocents, would you have Doggo? Pretty much helped you out.
Maybe. I mean, neither of them would have wasted time hitting you.
Right. We could all amass take an owlbear.
Imagine those 6 attacks on a bad guy.
Sure.
We
The
way faster.
only reason
You
why
made a bad
he
choice.
chose Ray was because Ray was the one who responded most in line with his philosophy.
Why did,
She
why
hates
did
me
I
the
get
most,
a
too, so
persuasion
it's
check?
just
Why did, why did I get the chance to roll persuasion?
Because yours was more of a chastisement that he didn't need to be persuaded of. He understood he was angry. And so it didn't require, you weren't really persuading him to do something so much as pointing out his own inner flaws,
He agreed with you.
which he acknowledged
Okay.
with
I
recognizing
think
he
you
was
pushed him
angry.
over the limit, actually.
Do you think that he's going to change his ways in the future?
No,
No.
he's a samurai through and through.
Correct.
Yeah.
He's
Honor
the
above
arbiter of
all.
his justice.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah, he is. Honor, shame is his code, which is really why you got. I mean, other people help, but appealing to that at the end is what gave you that advantage on
Honor.
your persuasion.
I just kept thinking of that scene from Dumb and Dumber with him. Sorry, Mr. Perfect. Guess I'm the only one that's ever made a mistake.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I don't remember that.
It's
When they
Lloyd,
go-
Lloyd
when
and
they
Harry
go-
are fighting each other.
when they
or
go-
breaking up.
Oh.
So far in the wrong direction.
Okay. Now I remember. It's funny. All right. Well, thank you guys
Oh, yeah,
so
that's
much for being here with us. And next week, maybe we will get a little bit of this map that we get to look at. That'll be
cool.
fun. I don't know if it worked.
It
If my button worked.
I don't think it did.
Did not.
Darn, my button didn't work. I tried to bring the map up, but I failed.
Or
So,
it could be that
anywho,
delayed.
you'll get to see it next week, starting at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time, when we continue to loot, die, and repeat. Have a great night, everyone. Cheers.
I'm alive.
You are alive.